Takeout food can seem like such an easy option at the end of a long day, and it's quicker than making something at home, right? Wrong. You can never have too much of a good thing when you make it yourself, and think of the money you'll be saving. Like my parents always say, why buy it when you can save your money and make it better at home? Your Chinese takeout favorites are quicker and easier than you imagine, and healthier too. I'll show you some classic examples. Beef with broccoli is a restaurant staple, but this version is simple enough for anyone to make. With tender, succulent beef and luscious sauce, this all-star recipe will get dinner on the table in minutes. Hot and sour soup is so yummy. Spicy and tart, warm and invigorating, this is soup with depth. My version kicks up the flavors and exceeds the expectations for this familiar dish. Salt and pepper squid is my all-time favorite takeout. But these peppery fried morsels are so inexpensive to make at home, and bonus, they're always piping hot straight from your wok. But beware, combined with a spicy dipping sauce, this squid is sure to disappear quick. Throw away that restaurant menu because I'm about to show you that Chinese food straight from your own kitchen is so much better than takeout. Ordering takeout can be so much fun, but guess what? Making at home is even more fun. Beef with broccoli at home is even lighter on your pocketbook too. So we're gonna start with half a pound of lean beef, cut into strips like this, thin strips, and then we're gonna add about 1 tablespoon of rice wine. Pour that in, just do a little guesstimate. Now we're gonna add a teaspoon of soy sauce. Then we're gonna add a little sugar, just a teaspoon of sugar for a hint of sweetness. We're gonna add 1 tablespoon of water. And finally, we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Give that a good mix. So once it's mixed very, very well, all those good, delicious ingredients, we're gonna marinate this beef in the fridge for about 30 minutes. So our beef has been marinating for half an hour now, and we're ready to start cooking. We're gonna heat up this wok here and put in about 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil. While this oil is heating up, let's make the sauce. So we got a little bowl here, medium-ish bowl. We're gonna put in 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce. There we go. Now we're gonna add about 1 tablespoon of light soy sauce. Then we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of dark soy sauce because it's heavier, a little sweeter. And then 1 final ingredient in the sauce, which is a tablespoon of water. Let's give that a little stir. Our oil is heated up, so let's move over to the wok. We're gonna grab the beef that has been marinating. Put this in. Woo! Now this is a really, really good thing to note though. You don't want to fully cook the beef. You're just kind of blanching it, like cooking it part way through. It may be hard to tell because the soy sauce is really dark in the color of the meat, so just check it. Now I'm just gonna grab a bowl and get this beef out. We're gonna turn off the heat because we're gonna have to clean this wok with our next step. The wok's all clean now, so we're gonna heat it up again with some oil. About 2 tablespoons again, like so. Our oil has heated up, so we're gonna grab our crushed garlic, just 2 cloves right here. Toss that in. Just fry it up a little bit, about 10 to 30 seconds so it gets a little fragrant. All right, let's add our broccoli. We're gonna add about 1 pound of chopped up broccoli like this. Give it a little stir, coat it with some oil. Now we're gonna add a little bit of sugar, just about a teaspoon. Now we're gonna add a sprinkling of salt. Give that a little toss. And now, just gonna make a pile of broccoli right in the middle here. Gonna add some water. So just about like half a cup-ish, quarter cup. You're gonna have to be quick. I'm gonna put a lid on to just steam it very quickly, about 4 to 5 minutes. It's been about 4 to 5 minutes. The broccoli has turned a darker green, but still crisp. Remember that beef we just cooked up? Well, it's ready to go in with the broccoli. Woo. So what about that sauce we just made earlier? We're gonna add this in. Give that a good mix. There's one last final step. We have to thicken the sauce. So we're gonna get about 1 teaspoon of cornstarch mixed in with 1 tablespoon of water. So you gotta make sure you give it a good stir because the cornstarch could settle at the bottom. There we go. Hey, while we're waiting for the sauce to thicken, I've got some rice already pre-made here, so let's plate the rice. Whoa, our sauce is thickened, it's time. Turn off the heat, and let's spoon this beautiful beef with broccoli over this rice. There, I got every last drop of the sauce. Super simple, easy and light on your pocketbook, beef and broccoli at home. When you're skimming through that menu thinking, hey, what's gonna give my tummy the warm fuzzies? Instantly, hot and sour soup, right? Right, so I'm gonna show you this version at home. It's gonna be even more delicious, even more flavorful than you've ever had it before. And we're gonna start off by heating up 6 cups of chicken stock. While we're waiting for the chicken stock to boil, we're gonna get the pork ready. So it's been cut up into strips. This is about 6 ounces of pork. We're gonna add 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. And about 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. And then 1 teaspoon of cornstarch. I like to mix it up with some trusty chopsticks. It's thoroughly mixed, so we're gonna let it marinate for about 10 to 30 minutes. Now that our stock is simmering, we're gonna add 1 cup of julienne, like this, 1 cup of julienne bamboo shoots. And then we're gonna add 4 ounces of fresh shiitake mushrooms. They've been de-stemmed and then cut into slices like this. While we're waiting for the mushrooms and bamboo to simmer for about 5 minutes, there's some pretty interesting ingredients in this recipe. Let's find out what they are. Shiitake mushrooms are native to East Asia, meaning China, Korea, and Japan. They have an earthy, woody flavor, and they're spongy and a little bit chewy when cooked. The next time you're looking for mushrooms, try shiitakes. Black vinegar is very popular in southern China. It's made with glutinous or sweet rice. It has a deep and smoky flavor that's perfect for braising or in a dipping sauce. White peppercorns are the seed of the pepper plant. They taste a little spicier than black pepper, but less complex in flavor. My favorite thing to do with white pepper is to sprinkle a lot, not a little, a lot on a bowl of soup. The pork is done marinating, so we're just gonna prep some tofu. We've got a block here that's been pressed, all that water's out. And you're just gonna cut it into about 1/2-inch cubes. Slice it first to make it a little easier. So the trick is when you're cutting it into cubes, you want to keep in mind that it's fitting onto a soup spoon. Ooh. Now that's all diced up, we're gonna put it into that big pot of soup. Now let's add the pork. Just give it a stir so that the pork doesn't clump. Now we have to make the sauce, because what's hot and sour soup without the sour, right? We're gonna put in 5 tablespoons of black vinegar. Then we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. Now we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. And 2 teaspoons of chili oil, and about 1 teaspoon of ground white pepper. Give that a really good whisk. When there are no clumps left, we're gonna add it to the soup. And whisking as we add. Grab a new clean bowl, because we're gonna add about 1/2 teaspoon of cornstarch with 1 teaspoon of water. And you just need 1 egg. Give this a good whisk. Mix it, break the egg down. With the soup still simmering, we're gonna slowly, gently pour this egg mixture in, at the same time whisking. Oh, it's starting to form. So we are ready to serve. I think this soup deserves a little garnish. Just a little green onion. And that's it. The most delicious, most amazing hot and sour soup you'll ever have in your whole life. Whenever my family and I order in Chinese takeout, we always get salt and pepper squid. Hands down, we don't even ask each other. It is going on the list. And now when you make it at home, you can make lots, like double, triple the recipe, so you could eat like 10 pieces per person. We're gonna start with a pound of squid, and I already started cutting some up and scoring it, but I'm gonna show you right now how to prep your squid. We've got this tubes, we've sliced it in half, right down. There's usually a mark inside here. And now, we're gonna make it flat a little bit, grab your trusty knife, and then at almost a slight angle, we're gonna make little lines, okay? Like, we're not gonna go completely through the squid, we're just gonna mark it about 1/2 inch apart. At an angle, so that when you're cooking, when it cooks, it curls up, and it just looks so pretty. And then we're gonna go the other direction here, this way. Cut this in half. Ooh. Up there. Half again. we'll go this way in half. So when it cooks, it's gonna curl up like this and have these little pieces sticking up. So pretty. Now we're gonna make that spicy salt. Get a mortar and pestle. Ooh, this is a heavy monster. We're gonna pour in 4.5 teaspoons of sea salt and about 1.5 teaspoons of Szechuan peppercorns. Just gonna guesstimate here. And now we're gonna crush it. It's crushed, it's fragrant. We've got 1/2 cup of flour here. We're gonna pour this spicy salt in. And now we're gonna add 1/2 cup of cornstarch. Give that a good mix. Now it's time to add the squid. Make sure the squid is thoroughly coated with this flour mixture. Whoa, it's gonna get a little messy now. The squid is thoroughly mixed, and now the oil is ready, so we're gonna start frying. I've got some canola oil in here, but you may also use some vegetable oil, and it's easiest I find to use chopsticks. You may also choose to use tongs to do this. Grabbing a slice here. And it cooks pretty fast. See how nicely it's curled up? We're gonna fry it for about 60 to 90 seconds until it's light golden brown. They're extra crispy now, so I'm just gonna grab a plate lined with some paper towel. While I fry up the rest of this squid, I'm gonna show you how to make a delicious spicy dipping sauce to go with this. This spicy dipping sauce goes amazingly well with salt and pepper squid. So we're gonna start off with a 1/4 cup of soy sauce. Then we're gonna add in 2 tablespoons of sweet chili sauce. 2 tablespoons of lime juice goes in for that tanginess. 2 tablespoons of minced up garlic. Then 2 scallions sliced. Don't forget about 1/2 inch piece of fresh ginger, peeled and grated. Give it a good stir and serve it up. The squid is all done, all fried up. We're gonna heat up the wok with about 1 to 2 tablespoons of grapeseed oil. So we're gonna put in 3 cloves of minced garlic. Fry it up so it's a little fragrant, about 10 seconds. Then we're gonna add about 3 to 4 red chilies. And now we're gonna add 1/4 cup of red and green pepper diced up. Fry that up really quickly. Let's add the squid. A quick toss. Oh, so pretty. Let's turn off the heat. Grab a plate. Ooh la la, look at this overflowing plate of salt and pepper squid. It's made even more fresh and more delicious at home by you. I always love getting takeout, and then I realized how easy it was to make it home. As long as you get some of the prep done, it's so easy. Throw a few things together, cook, in like 5-10 minutes, it's done. Beef with broccoli is good all the time. It's for those days when you just want a quick, fast meal. When you cook the beef just right for the beef with broccoli, it should be tender and just all that sauce gets soaked in. And then you have the contrast of that crunchy broccoli, like crispy, and it's perfect. My favorite thing as a child eating hot and sour soup is the tanginess, because not a lot of Chinese soups have that zing. It's lots of herbal, tonic, earthy flavors. So this one is like, got the nice texture, the soft mushrooms, and then like that spicy, warm sourness too. Ugh. I love salt and pepper squid so much. It's got that crispy outside, and then when you bite into it, it's got a light, nice texture, and then it's chewy. I just love everything about it. The best thing about making takeout items at home is that you get to perfect the recipe. Make it to your liking. You want more sauce, you want things more crispy, etc. It's your taste.